Hey Pisces, welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree and I will be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, abundance reading for the month of July 2021. If this is your first time catching one of my readings, I do want to say welcome and I invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month and I would love to share your money message with you. For the readings this month, I'll be using my original tarot deck. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot, and then I will close out your reading, Pisces, with a New Moon Intention Oracle card. It's a brand new Oracle deck that I just got, and I'm very excited to share it with you. I hope you all are having a good summer, enjoying the weather, enjoying a lot of our cities are starting to open up, and I'm feeling really, really good for you, Pisces. In the meditation, before I went ahead and turned on the camera, I felt like there was, I want to say there's growth, but there's more to it. It's not just growth. There's like an increased awareness that I feel is happening for you. So I have a feeling that's going to show up at some point in the reading, but let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, and there it is. So what do we need to know for the sign of Pisces as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance? For the month of July 2021. All right. There it is, Pisces. There it is. So, I am using a new camera and I'm still trying to figure it out. So, forgive me if things seem a little bit off. You know, it will get better, I promise, as I learn to figure out the settings. But let's go ahead and get right into it, Pisces. So, like I said, I already picked up that there was going to be some increased awareness for you as we move into the new month of July. Now, when I say increased awareness, this is more than just growth. This is also, it's like learning something new, but then also applying that and then kind of filling in the capacity to be more, have more, and do more. And I really feel like that's what's going on here, Pisces. Now, as this relates to your money, because you have an increased awareness, because you're understanding more, because you're starting to grasp higher level concepts as it relates to your financial life, that's definitely creating some new opportunities. So when I say that, I mean, some of you are learning how to invest. Some of you are learning about running a business and what's all involved. And when you learn these things, there also has to be a mindset shift as well as an energetic shift so you can really accommodate this new wealth that is definitely flowing into your life. Clearly, we can see that with the cards here. You've got all cards that are pretty much all positive, all of them in the upright position. The Hermit card, like I said, talks about that increased awareness, really kind of taking the moment to go within and figure out exactly what it is you need, what you want, and what you want to do. The Eight of Wands, that next card talks about speed, meaning things are going to start happening very quickly. As a matter of fact, you've got both cards that indicate speed here. So when we move into this first week of July, Pisces, things are going to happen very, very quickly. You've also got some financial assistance coming your way. The Knight of Pentacles talks about help, talks about support. The other thing about the Knight of Pentacles, it just means someone shows up for you. It could also mean, hey, you get word that you got approved for the loan, or your investments look really good, or the offer on your house gets accepted, or if you're looking to buy a house. Whatever it is, it's good news. Usually the Knight means that there's something showing up that helps you. There's something or someone showing up in your life that's going to support your increase in some way. Next, we've got the Ace of Cups, another beautiful card. That is the card of passion, also the card of new relationships. The other thing about it is it's a card of overflow. You're definitely going to be in the position of experiencing overflow, not only financially, but probably in other areas of your life. Don't be surprised if people just show up and want to give you things. I see that happen a lot with this card, especially because we're talking about money and we're talking about finances. It's all about giving. It's also about you being in a place where you have your cup full and you can be in the position to give. But I do feel like you're going to be more on the receiving end of this once we move into the first week of July. The Two of Wands talks about contemplating the past and really trying to figure out what direction, what move you're going to take next. I do feel like you're still kind of up in the air about that, Pisces. Not that you don't know what you want, but you're not quite clear on how would be the best way for you to get there, especially as it relates to money. Now, the other thing is that you're really kind of evaluating things that happened in your past, and so that's kind of giving you a little bit of hesitation about how you kind of shape your future. So the only thing I can say to that is I think everybody falls into that, a little bit, but you're really going to have to kind of disconnect from your past on some level, because we all have had money issues, money lessons, losses, gains, and you really have to kind of understand that now you're working from a new perspective. And in order to work from that new perspective, you really have to kind of disconnect from the past. Now, we also have the Fool card. Now, that is a brand new adventure, a brand new journey. Sometimes the Fool shows up when we're taking on way more than what we can handle, but we're so excited and we're so fired up about something that we just can't help but, going all in. And I have a feeling that's what's happening with you, Pisces. It's like maybe you're starting a brand new business, or maybe you're taking on a new job, excuse me, and you're just so excited. Maybe you don't know exactly all the details and how it's going to work out, but you know that this is it. You know that this is what you have to do. You know that this is the direction you want to go. The only thing I can say is remember to stay grounded and remember to know that there's probably going to be some things that you don't know. Not that you're going to be naive, but at the same time, you have to be careful that you're just not kind of jumping in and not really paying attention to all the details. But now this is going to be exciting, because once you're in that energetic flow of really just being ready and really ready to take everything on, it's going to be very attractive, and it's going to make money, opportunities, and people very magnetic towards you. Okay, so I definitely see it happening, Pisces. Get ready, because looks like the first week of July is definitely going to be impactful. All right, so let's see what else is showing up. For my beautiful Pisces, as it relates to money, money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of July 2021. Now, this is interesting. We've got quite a few cards in the reverse, but it's not anything to be concerned about. You've got a lot of messages, news, information. Things are going to be happening as well once we hit the second week of July. You've got the Page of Cups and the Page of Wands. This is an offer that doesn't quite come through in the way it's supposed to. I'm feeling like there's a time issue with this. Why? Because it fell onto that Eight of Wands. The Page of Cups talks about an offer coming. However, it either misses the deadline or it falls short of your expectations. So let's say you hear back about a job, they make the offer. However, the pay isn't exactly what you wanted or what you were expecting. Or they say the start date maybe is a month out or 2 months out, and you were really ready to start work tomorrow if possible. So I'm feeling like the offer comes through, but there's going to be some type of snag that doesn't quite work with what you wanted to do. Next, we have the King of Wands. Now, the King of Wands talks about personnel, talks about staff, talks about people you work with. I'm feeling, too, that, I don't know, I feel like there's somebody around you in the professional capacity who's a little flaky, right? Somebody that's kind of, half in, half out, someone who's not committed to the project, someone who talks a big game but doesn't follow, back it up with action. The King of Wands it's a very grounded card, but at the same time, when he shows up in the reverse, that tells me there's somebody around you who's not quite committed. And the thing is I have a feeling you know who this is, Pisces. And the problem is that maybe you're friends with this person, you don't want to cut them off. But, when people show you who they are, you have to believe them. Next, we have the Page of Wands. This is another news and information as it relates to work. I have a feeling these two cards are related here, only because they're both wands. And again, because we have this flaky, shaky person here, it's like you get some information about something, and it's like this person dropped the ball, or they didn't do what they said they were going to do, and then you find out, like, what, they never sent the check, or what, they never renewed the service. It's one of those things where somebody drops the ball, and then you find out about it. And you're like, oh my gosh, I thought you took care of that, and then the person didn't. So that's what I'm feeling with this here. Now, we do have the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles in the reverse is telling me that there's some financial education that needs to happen. There's also some financial literacy that needs to be kind of dug deeper. You really need to pay attention to the lessons about your money. You really need to focus on the specifics and the details, and again, the education as it relates to your money. Now, what is it that you're trying to do? Are you trying to learn how to invest? Are you trying to learn real estate? Are you trying to learn about starting your own business and learn about entrepreneurship? You have to dig deeper with that, because there's something missing. There's a disconnect there. Not that you aren't capable of doing it, but no matter what it is, there's always a lot more to learn. And this is telling me that you need to take the time to really learn that. Three of Swords. This is emotional disappointment. I have a feeling like this card is related to the flaky, shaky person here. Somebody who says they were on board, they disappoint you. And it kind of throws you off, kind of sets you back a little bit, Pisces. Now, this doesn't mean that everything good is not happening. Oh, it still is. But you just thought that maybe somebody was going to be there, someone was going to be a partner, someone was going to be supportive, and they're just not, and it's disappointing. You had all these grand plans maybe to work with a specific person, and it just doesn't happen. The thing is that I think you're better off for it, Pisces, because this person, what I'm picking up is that they probably would like weigh you down and slow you down. However, it's still hurtful. It's still disappointing. Yeah, I'm feeling like a lot of heavy emotion is coming from this. Finally, we have the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords talks about, again, something happens, but it just doesn't quite happen. It doesn't quite happen in the way that you were expecting. Now, the Ace of Swords is all about breakthroughs, right? But what I'm sensing from this card is that something just, I don't know, something is off about the situation. Now, because we're talking about money here, I'm feeling like something starts, but then it doesn't quite finish, okay? Now, this is not anything that's going to be catastrophic or devastating for you financially. It just means that you have to put in a little bit more time, a little bit more effort. You may have to, devote some more energy to it. You may have to start over, maybe even. But it doesn't mean anything as far as, you not getting what you want or you not getting the money that you want. Okay, and this happens to everybody, so I don't want you to feel like this is some, bad news, because you can clearly see the first week of July was your rockin', rocking and rolling week, and then we kind of have, you know, some things that kind of happen to slow us down, but it doesn't, you know, totally take you out of the game. All right, so let's keep going. See what else shows up for Pisces as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of July 2021. All right, Pisces, so as you can see, once we hit the second half of July, things really get good. We've got the Three of Cups here. It looks like you're celebrating, or you've got a new addition to whatever it is you're doing. There's a new person showing up on the scene. There's a third party that's coming in to kind of help you. Remember, we talked about the flaky and shaky person here. Well, don't cry too long over that, because you do have someone showing up who's totally committed, totally on board, totally supportive, and it looks like it's going to be a really good match. It's going to be somebody who you're going to enjoy working with. Now, this could be a mentor, could be a coach, could be an advisor, maybe somebody that you consult with, but there's definitely somebody else on the horizon. So I don't want you to get too caught up in, you know, the purging phase, I'll call it, of what happens in the second week, because clearly you do have somebody else on the horizon who's ready to step up and fully, you know, be on board with this for you. It's definitely going to help you make more money. It's definitely going to help you learn, you know, learn some things that are going to definitely help you shift. Next, we have the Page of Pentacles. This is money coming in. The only thing is I'm sensing here that the money is not going to be the amount that you wanted, but you do have some money coming in. That's great, you know, but maybe it's not going to be exactly what, you know, what you were expecting. Maybe someone pays you back, say they owe you $500, but they only pay you back $100. You know, it's still good that you're getting the money. However, it would have been better had you got the full amount, but you do have money coming, so get ready for that. Next, we have the Queen and the King of Swords. Wow, this is some big elimination energy here, but this is in a good way. Queen of Swords, she's pretty much a no-nonsense, no hesitation kind of, you know, card. Same with the King of Swords. The thing is he cuts things off not only physically, but also energetically. The Queen of Swords, sometimes she's a little bit of a emotional cutter-offer, so to speak. But I am feeling like you are going to eliminate some things. The other thing about the swords, the Queen and King of Swords, is it's a removing and it's a letting go, right? And it's for the best. You know that there's some things that have to be tossed aside. You know that there's some things that are affecting your financial wellness, or maybe your overall, you know, money, business, investment goals, and you remove those things, and it's actually a very good thing. You know that this is something that needs to be done, so you do what you need to do and you move on, and you are better off because of it. Finally, we have the Six of Wands. Get ready, because you're about to be in the spotlight, Pisces. The Six of Wands is all about recognition. It's about pageantry. It's about being seen. For those of you who are social media influencers, I would expect you to, dare I say, even go viral maybe at some point. For those of you who are not, there's definitely going to be something where you are going to be called to be the center of attention. You are going to be put into the spotlight. This is very exciting, because that's definitely going to be an asset to your business. It's going to be an opportunity for you to allow people to see who you are, what you're doing, promote yourself, promote your brand, promote your business. This is very exciting. So get ready, Pisces, because the second half of July, it's going to be all eyes on you. All right, let's see what else is showing up for the sign of Pisces. As it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of July 2021. All right, make sure everybody's in frame. Yes. Okay, so as we close out the month of July, Pisces, looks like you might even be taking a trip somewhere. That's what I'm picking up from the Six of Swords here. Six of Swords talks about travel, talks about geographical movement. I'm not necessarily getting that this is going to be a work trip. I'm getting that this is going to be a trip, like, you know, just something you want to do just to get away, take a break, recharge. Definitely you will either be taking a trip at the end of the month or you'll be planning a trip at the end of the month. Next, we have the Ace of Cups. This is a repeater. We saw her here. I have a feeling like this is definitely still connected to this overflow here. You're still going to be in that energy of overflow. It's just not going to be as much, okay? And the thing about the Ace of Cups is that it really talks about passion and fire and really coming from that place of doing something that you holistically love. And I feel like that's really just an extension of what we talked about at the beginning of the month. The only thing with this card being in the reverse, we just have to be careful that we're not kind of doing too much or overextending ourselves, okay? Just because you love something doesn't mean you have to accept all aspects of that, right? You know, just because you love chocolate cake doesn't mean you have to eat it every time someone gives you a piece or every time someone bakes a cake. You know, you can still love it, but at the same time, you have to be careful of a little bit of overindulgence. The Four of Pentacles in the reverse talks about you're going to be in a very good place financially by the time we close out July. You're not going to have to feel like you have to pinch pennies, not that you ever were, but you know, you're going to feel very confident financially by the time we close out the month. Next, we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is another good card because this talks about you creating your own rules and really kind of putting yourself in a position to be the top dog, to be the decision maker. Whether that be in your own business or in your own work or your career, you are the one that is making the final decisions and you're not giving that power away. You are embracing your role as your own advocate professionally, as your own I want to say like you're the protector, provider of what it is that you're building, okay? And you're not giving that title or that permission or that decision-making ability to anybody else. And it's a very powerful place to be. Next, we have the Eight of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. This talks about a slowdown in work. And it's interesting because the Eight of Pentacles means that, you know, work is probably going to take a dip for you. Doesn't mean that there's going to, you know, the money's going to slow down, but it does mean that things are going to slow down for you a little bit as it relates to work. Now, for a lot of people, their work is seasonal, so that's no surprise. You know, and it could just be the economy. It could just be the industry that you're in. But don't, you know, don't freak out just because the work slows down. It looks like you actually probably enjoy it, and it gives you an opportunity to kind of, like I said, evaluate what it is you want to do and what you're going to do next. So overall, Pisces, you've got a lot of things happening. The first half of the month starts out really strong, and then once you hit the second half of the month, things kind of pick up again. So it's like you just kind of go on this trajectory of things going up. And you also make a lot of decisions too. So I think July is going to be a very strong month for you. All right, Pisces, let's go ahead and close out your reading with a new moon intention oracle card. This is a deck from Sage Goddess. I just got it and I love it. All right, so you got card number 29. This is Healed Light. The light in me sees the light in others and connects with them there, raising the frequency of the planet toward universal healing. As the light in me heals and emerges, it naturally seeks and exalts the light in all who surround me. This process is my service to the planet. The stone is, I think it's scalasite. If I'm mispronouncing, please feel free to correct me. And the essential oil that you can work with this month is blue tansy. Very beautiful. All right, Pisces, I hope you enjoyed this reading and I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, please drop them down below. I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me. We'll do it all again next month.